My sister shoved my 15-year-old out of his wheelchair at our family reunion and snapped, "Stop faking for attention." 30 people laughed. They didn't know his physical therapist had filmed it, or that my son would later tell a judge exactly who hurt him. My parents always had money for my sister's next big thing. When I asked for help, I got the same line: "Times are tight." I swallowed it for years, until their negligence put my kid in a wheelchair. 18 months before that reunion, we were at my parents' house for a barbecue. I'd warned them their back deck was rotting. They nodded and did nothing. My son stepped onto it, the boards collapsed, and he dropped through. Shattered vertebra, 9-hour surgery, permanent nerve damage, chronic pain. He used a wheelchair most days because walking wasn't bravery, it was torture. 2 weeks before the reunion, I asked my parents for help with a $3,000 wheelchair cushion his doctor recommended. My dad sighed. "Too expensive." My mom added, "We just can't right now." So when my sister showed up to the reunion in a brand new Lexus, smiling for photos with my parents, my stomach dropped. My son sat beside our old car and stared at them like he was doing math. The reunion was at my parents' house again. All the food was on the lower patio, 3 steps down, no ramp. I asked my mom where we were supposed to go. She blinked. "Can't you just carry him down?" My wife squeezed my arm like a warning. My son stayed quiet, the way he'd learned to do when adults talked about him like he was a problem to solve. When it was time for a family photo, I wheeled my son over. My mom stepped in front of the line. "Maybe he can be in back. The wheelchair is distracting." My wife's voice went sharp. "Distracting from what? Your pride?" My mom tried to smile it off. "Can he stand for one picture?" He could stand for about 3 minutes before the nerve pain spiked. That's when my sister slid behind his chair. First, she yanked the handles like she was starting a lawnmower. Then she yanked again, harder, smiling at the crowd. Next, the chair tipped and my son hit the grass. After that, he tried to breathe while the pain climbed. Then my sister laughed and said, "See, he's fine." Next, she leaned down, sweet voice, poison eyes. Finally, she hissed, "Stop faking for attention," and people laughed. Someone chuckled. My aunt said, "She's just encouraging him, like my kid was a lazy coworker." I grabbed my sister's wrists and ripped her hands off the handles. "Don't touch him." She rolled her eyes. "He can walk. You baby him. He likes the attention." My son's face went gray, his hands shook, and his therapist recorded it all. We left. Not one person stopped her. Not one person asked my son if he was okay. They just watched, like it was entertainment. After that, my family tried to spin it. "You overreacted." She meant well. My sister posted a happy selfie from earlier with my son and wrote a caption about being so proud of him. People praised her like she was a hero. That was my breaking point. I blocked my parents and my sister. I saved the video. I documented every contact attempt. When they showed up at our house uninvited, I told them to leave. When they refused, I called police and filed for a protective order. I also removed them from my son's school and medical contacts. They responded by filing for grandparents' rights. In court, their lawyer kept repeating, "He can walk." My lawyer showed the judge the real story: the deck collapse, the ignored warnings, the inaccessible reunion, the video, the harassment. The judge asked my son what he wanted. He didn't cry. He didn't perform. He just said, "Not until they actually apologize." A real one. Specific. No excuses. My mom tried tears. My dad tried excuses. My sister tried to talk. The judge cut her off. I've seen the video. Petition denied. No contact for 12 months, including school and clinics. Life got quieter. That was the gift. My son joined adaptive sports. He started driving lessons with hand controls. He stopped feeling like he had to prove his pain to deserve respect. Months later, my dad came alone and asked to apologize, for real. I told him to put it in writing and let my son decide if he ever wanted it. If there was ever a meeting, it would be public, and one boundary violation would end it permanently. My son heard everything and said, "Maybe, but not yet." He finally had control. What would you have done? Cut them off completely, or give them another chance?